The fake daughter spread a rumor about me, saying I seduced her fiancé. How shameless. In a fit of anger, I scratched my butt. B-City's air collapsed and shouted, "You scratch your own butt, why scratch mine? I am Candy, the real heiress who was left behind and raised in the streets. After 8 years of scavenging, I was finally taken back by my biological parents, who wanted me to donate my kidney to my real older brother." This idea was obviously suggested by the fake daughter. They found me and brought me back just to have me donate my kidney to the brother with kidney failure. After that, the fake daughter would take credit for my actions, making the brother grateful and devoted to her for the rest of his life. As for me, the real younger sister who is blood-related, the one who actually donated the kidney, B-City's heir, they mocked and oppressed me, and finally even ran me over with a car to help the fake daughter steal. Oh, you're asking how I know? Because I'm a time traveler. I'm the female lead of a tragic novel. It's really sad. The first day I went back home, during a family dinner, false daughter shed a few tears and started to cry. Mom asked her concernedly, "Sarah, why are you crying when you're fine? Don't worry, even if the younger sister is back, we won't kick you out. We've raised you for 18 years. You're just like our real daughter." The false daughter looked at her parents with a moving expression, wiping her eyes, and said, "I know, I'm just worried about my brother. Now Candy is back. This happy family time. My brother is alone in the hospital. Just thinking about it, I can't eat." Upon hearing this, the parents looked at her with warm expressions. "Sarah is so thoughtful. At this time, you still remember your older brother. Your older brother hasn't spoiled you in vain." I ate the cake with a blank expression, showing no emotion at all, even watching Sarah and my parents not eating. I took their cakes over and devoured them greedily. Sarah and my parents cried for a while, but when they saw I had no reaction and just kept eating, they were stunned. Then she said, "Parents, do you think we should let Candy have a tissue match with my brother? The chance of matching is very high since they are siblings. If Candy donates a kidney to my brother, his illness can be cured." I looked it up. Losing one kidney can still be normal life. Candy just loses one kidney, but it's saving her brother's life. She hadn't finished speaking when I refused. I said, "No way. My adoptive mother already sold one of my kidneys. If I donate again, there won't be any left." Saying that, I pulled up my clothes, showing the scar from my appendectomy, and looked at my parents with an apologetic face. Seeing my parents and Sarah look surprised, I added, "That's Sarah's mom. When I was 10, she said she wanted to buy an iPhone, so she cut out my kidney and sold it." Saying that, I looked wary and covered my waist with my hands. "I see. So you called me back just to cut out my kidneys. I wish I hadn't come back." Bawling, hilarious. The fake daughter's mom had already died from drinking. Her dad was having an affair and accidentally killed the other man's husband, so he went to jail. After the adoptive parents died, the mistress of my adoptive father said she would take care of me, but she actually wanted me to become a prostitute. I'm glad I can run fast. Later, I was taken in by an old lady who collects garbage. I collected garbage with the grandma for 8 years before my biological parents found me. My parents didn't know it was like this, and they hurriedly apologized to me. "Candy, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad didn't know." I suddenly stood up and knocked over the table, spilling all the food on the fake younger sister. Anyway, I had already eaten enough. They say, without both kidneys, you will die, so. My sister and Mom and Dad wished for me to die. You're all bad. My story is heartbreaking, making anyone who hears it shed tears. It's to the extent that her parents would wake up in the middle of the night and slap themselves. So, in a panic, I ran into the wrong room, the fake daughter's bedroom, and locked the door. That makes perfect sense. Housemaid Monica called from outside, "Miss Candy, this is Sarah's room. You shouldn't come in here." Sarah also pretended to cry from the side. "Sister, are you fond of my room? It's okay, I can let it to you. But first let me change clothes." "Okay, there's all your spilled soup on me." At that moment, she hadn't realized the seriousness of the situation. She thought if she called me, I would open the door. But I wouldn't open the door all night. The fake daughter, seeing that her attempt to get me to open the door didn't work, started crying and went to tell her parents. "Mom and Dad, it's my fault. I shouldn't have mentioned my brother's condition at the dinner table. It's right for my sister to be angry with me, but she won't open the door. How am I supposed to take a shower and change clothes? All my clothes are in the room." Right now, mom and dad are still in the sorrow of their son having uremia and their daughter losing a kidney. Do they have the time to care about whether she takes a shower or not? Mom, looking a bit tired, knocked on the door. Candy, mom and dad didn't know. We didn't mean it like that. Please open the door first so that your sister can take a shower and get her clothes. I was inside the room, screaming, shouting, laughing wildly, pulling my hair, crawling on the floor in a dark and twisted way, breaking all the toys, decorations, clothes, bags, and cosmetics in the room. Mom was speechless. Dad, Sarah, can't you just be a little more understanding? Your younger sister is still young. Let her go to the guest room to wash. Wear the new clothes your mom bought for you, Sarah, but she really cherished her things. And when she heard the commotion, she went crazy. Candy, what are you doing? What did you break? Please open the door and let me in. Oh, I pried open her safe and put all her most precious jewelry on myself. 10 fingers, 10 toes, all covered, in the original story. On the first day back home, the fake daughter also pretended to offer the room to the original owner. But the next day accused the original owner of stealing her jewelry. She said, Simon gave me this ring. It's the only thing that belongs to me. Please return it to me. Oh, Simon is the male lead of this book, known as the heir of B City. Sarah said the ring is worth 10 million. It was when the two of them went to an auction. Sarah casually said it looked nice, and Simon bought it with a lot of money for her. She will definitely accuse me of stealing something tomorrow. I can't let her accuse me in vain. I'll just take it myself. It's my own family's thing. What's wrong with me playing with it? Very reasonable, because I took over the room. She refused to open the door. Sarah had to sleep in the guest room for the night. The next morning, the maid Monica was surprised to find that the door could be opened, but after the door opened, all that remained was a shock, because when she opened the door, she found the room in a mess, with clothes, bags, cosmetics, and jewelry scattered all over the place. I was curled up in a corner, sleeping on the sofa wrapped in a blanket, because the bed can't be slept in. I ate too much cake last night and threw up on her bed, thinking that it was already dirty. I also took a dump and peed. Monica, seeing the princess's bedroom in such a state, was briefly stunned for a few seconds before letting out a sharp scream. Oh my God, Miss Candy, what did you do? Her commotion brought her parents and Sarah over. The three of them looked at the scene and showed expressions of shock. Candy, what were you doing in your sister's room? I looked up from Sarah's collection of expensive limited edition dolls, hugging my thin body with a look of sadness. The cake from yesterday, it was the first time I've ever eaten a cake, and I couldn't help but eat a bit more, wailing. Then I had a stomach ache in the middle of the night and couldn't get out of bed, vomiting and diarrhea. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm a failure. I messed up my sister's room, and now her room is as messy as mine, wailing. Sarah almost fainted when she heard me vomiting and diarrhea on her bed, but when she saw her own safe was open, her fake gentle and kind image completely broke down. She didn't care about the stench and the mess in the room. She rushed into the room in a hurry, looking at her messed up safe, with an angry expression. Why is my safe open? Her worry was justified, because inside were all the jewels, cash, foreign exchange, property certificates she had been given by James' family over the years. Jewelry can be played with and it won't break. And if it does break, it can be repaired. But property certificates and paper money can be torn up. Seeing a bunch of torn property certificates and money, Sarah could hardly contain her emotions. Candy, why did you do this? What's wrong with me? You can just say it directly. Why destroy things? At this moment, she was still trying to maintain her composed and gracious image, but soon, she could no longer hold it together, because she saw those precious jewelry pieces she cherished, which she usually didn't even dare to take out, now all worn on me. Every toe was adorned, and every finger was also covered with rings. The most eye-catching one was the Simon engagement gift, which I had put on my big toe. My ring, that was Simon's brother gave me. I wiggled my 10 toes. Which one do you mean? If it was just a ring missing, my parents might think I'm greedy and have a bad character. But now I've messed up Sarah's room, ruined all the valuable items, and destroyed everything. They would just think I'm unstable because I've suffered too much. Sarah cried while cleaning. This bracelet was my mom's gift. This necklace was my brother's. This ring was my grandma's heirloom. This house was a birthday gift from my dad on my 18th birthday. And these money, it was supposed to be for my trip abroad. She listed all the past things, trying to trigger her parents' memories. But her wealth and being favored make me even more pitiable. Why does my sister have everything? Why do I have nothing? When my parents gave my sister jewelry, houses, and money, I was picking up trash with my grandma. When I was 10 years old, I was begging outside, and it was my grandma who picked me up while collecting trash. Grandma said, she has collected trash all her life. But I am not trash, I am her treasure. But grandma got sick and died, and I didn't have money to treat her. Wailing, I broke down crying, feeling as if I were there in person. The life of the tragic female lead is too hard. Listeners are moved to tears. The parents who had just begun to feel a bit of sympathy for me almost fainted from heartache upon hearing my words. My father was in tears. Oh my God, what kind of life have we been living? Candy, Candy, it's my fault. My mother was crying and beating her chest. I should have died. Why did I let that woman take Candy away? My Candy has become like this. What will we do in the future, because of my outburst? My parents didn't have the time to scold me for breaking Sarah's room. They quickly had the servant change my clothes and took me to the hospital. The doctor said it might be due to the cold, gave me some medicine and sent us back. On the way back, I saw Monica struggling to carry the mattress from Sarah's room out to throw it away. I said, "Why are you throwing it away? I heard my sister say this mattress is worth tens of thousands of dollars. I can wash it and sleep on it. I used to sleep on a mattress I picked up. It's okay." Dad looked at Sarah with a dark expression. Sarah realized that the balance in Dad's heart had already tilted towards me. She forced herself to suppress her disgust and said, "Dad, you misunderstood. I didn't mean to look down on my sister. Monica made a mistake. I didn't want to throw it away. I wanted her to clean it. Oh, she wants to sleep on the mattress I pooped on." Sarah said, "Candy, you like your sister's room so much. Your sister will clean it and let you sleep in it." "Okay," I said, "I'm not worthy. That room belongs to my sister. I'll just sleep in the guest room, the room I pooped in. You go sleep in it." The fake younger sister is hypocritical. She's a performative personality, likes to act pitiful and tragic to gain others' sympathy. I'm really suffering. I don't even need to pretend. She's a usurper who stole someone else's life. How can she ever be better than me? The property certificate was torn up. I need to reapply for it. Dad waved his hand and said, "Sarah, I and your mom have discussed it. Although we treated you like our own daughter, you are not really our child. What your real parents did to Candy we could never forgive. So it's not appropriate to gift the property to her. I have already hired a lawyer to reclaim it. These houses will be transferred to Candy later. I hope you understand, Dad. But don't worry. The other things we bought for you, including the jewelry, brand name clothes, and bags, still belong to you." The fake daughter would have been furious upon hearing this, her eyes full of hatred as if she wanted to eat me. Those property rights were granted based on the premise that she was a James family daughter. If Dad sues, the gift agreement can be revoked. She still has to stay in this family. She hasn't married into the Smith family yet, and she can't make a scene at this time. She spoke with restraint. "Dad, what you did is right. I can't forgive my parents for what they did to my sister, but they are already dead, and we can only try to make up for it, letting her forget the past. Give all the property to my sister. It was originally hers." She thought that by saying this, her father would feel remorseful. But her father only said, "Sarah is still sensible." He really transferred the property to my name, holding the new property certificate my father had given me. I cried uncontrollably. "Wah, is this for me? If I get kicked out of the family, can I live here?" Her mother had wanted to say that her father was heartless, but upon hearing my words, she immediately felt heartbroken. "Stupid child, this is your home. No one will kick you out." My father also said, "Candy, your father has already made the arrangements. Starting next week, you and your sister will go to school together. We, the James family, may not be short of money, and we can support you for a lifetime, but girls should still read more books." The fake daughter was stunned by his words and couldn't help but exclaim, "Dad," seeing her father looking at her strangely. She bit her tongue and explained, "It's not that. Our school is so competitive. Candy, her foundation is so poor. She might not be able to keep up. It's better to send her to a more ordinary school, something less stressful. She's afraid that if I go to school, her fake daughter's secret won't be hidden anymore, affecting her image as a refined lady in the eyes of B-City's heir." Her father obviously knew her thoughts and waved his hand. "I've already made arrangements with the school principal. Candy will study for half a year, and next year I'll arrange for her to study abroad. It won't affect your school's enrollment rate. In the world of noble families, education is an important facade. It may not be necessary, but it cannot be missing. When parents love their children, they plan for their future. He really is my real dad. It is well known that in tragic novels, the female lead is always bullied at school. So, on my first day of school, I was bullied. The fake daughter hinted to her sycophants that I am James' family's illegitimate daughter. And on the first day back home, I smashed her room. The property that was originally given to her was taken back by my father and all given to me. How could the sycophants tolerate their goddess being treated like this? They blocked me in the toilet after class. The school bully blocked the door, not letting me go to the toilet. I was red-faced from holding it in. Lucas, can you let me through? I need to go to the toilet. I can't hold it anymore. Lucas arrogantly blocked me. I won't let you. What are you going to do about it? I heard you are Sarah's sister, the one born from an affair. How could you and your mother be so shameless? Lucas's mother is a mayor. His father is a leader at a big hospital. He had an affair with his graduate student, abandoned his wife and child, and even had a younger sister with her. Lucas has all the things I hate most: mistress, illegitimate daughter, and younger sister. He plans to kill me, alright, if he bullies me. He's bullying the easiest person to bully. I can't pretend to be strong at all. I just knelt down and hugged his leg. Lucas, please let me go to the toilet. I am the daughter of the James family, not an illegitimate child. Sarah's mother switched us in the hospital. That's why I ended up outside the family. When I was 10 years old, Sarah's mother sold one of my kidneys to buy herself an Apple phone. I can't hold it anymore. If you don't let me in, I will wet my pants. I don't want to leave the school with wet pants and let everyone see me wetting myself. I won't be able to live through it. I'll be so ashamed I'll want to jump off a building. Please. Lucas is actually a high-ranking official's son and a rich young master. After hearing my story, he was completely flustered. It's not that bad. My hand slipped off the door, and I immediately ran in. A clatter of noise. Then I sighed heavily. Save me, Lucas. You're really a good person. I'll never drink so much water again. I almost died from needing to pee. Lucas, I didn't expect me to compliment him. What are you talking about? I pulled up my pants and came out of the cubicle, grabbing Lucas's arm. Lucas, thank you for not bullying me. I'm a little trash. Being bullied would really kill me. You're really my savior. I'll buy you a milk tea. Okay, I'll buy you whatever snacks you want. Your parents give me $10,000 a month as allowance. Save 2 meals worth for me, and spend the rest however you like. Lucas was flustered. Hey, are you a girl or not? You haven't washed your hands yet. Lucas's follower couldn't hold back. Lucas, this person must be an idiot, right? I said, I'm not an idiot. I just didn't go to school much. I don't know anything. After I turned 10, my adoptive mother died from drinking. My adoptive father got into a fight and went to prison. And he also died. I was taken back to live with the grandmother who collected garbage. Are you going to look down on me because I'm from the garbage collector's family? Are you going to bully me? Please don't mention me. Really don't mention me. I'll feel ashamed. Oh my God, a real-life version of the fake princess story. I've seen sad things, but I've never seen something this sad. Sarah, her parents are so wicked. How can she be so shameless? If I were her, I would just find a hole in the ground and crawl in. Vocal, you guys are so full of justice. You don't care about your lives anymore. Alright, all of you are good kids with proper values. You all have bright futures. I timidly spoke. So, are you still going to bully me? Lucas hit me on the back of the head. Bullying you? What's that? Lucas, never bully, little trash. Considering you knelt down for me, let's just forget about this. Sarah dares to use me as a tool. Wait for me, I said. Do you want my money? One of his henchmen snickered. Lucas doesn't need your 3 or 2 cents. He really doesn't need it. B city is full of high-ranking officials. Lucas's mother is the mayor. His grandfather is a general. His background is really strong. Because I really had it rough. He's never seen someone this pitiful. Lucas not only didn't beat me, but also took me to eat. I'm not worldly. I'm really moved. Ugh. Lucas, you're really kind. I've never been to such a high-end place to eat before. Ugh. This is really delicious. I've never eaten something so good before. Can I take it home and eat it tomorrow? How can I let you spend so much? I'll pay for it then. Lucas was crazy. Sis, this is KFC. Just shut your mouth and eat your food. I said, KFC, I've only seen it on TV before. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm a little trash. I've never even had KFC. Lucas was speechless. Have you ever had a milk tea? I proudly showed off with a smart look. I've had it before when I was picking up trash. I found one that wasn't opened yet. Lucas was choked up, wanted to scold me but didn't know what to say. He struggled for a while, pulled my hair, and said, "Come on, I'll treat you." That day, Lucas didn't hit me, didn't take my pocket money, and even paid 200 himself, when he drove me back on his motorcycle. I hugged his waist and didn't let go. "Ugh, you're really kind, I can't let you go, I'll dream about you every night." Lucas turned bright red. You let go. Today I've been humiliated by you. You let go. I'll be late. My mom will scold me. I'll come get you tomorrow. Okay." Ah, a free driver. I'm even more grateful to him. Yoo-woo, Lucas, you're really a good person. I've never met someone so kind to me before. A good person will have good luck. I intentionally hugged Lucas by the door, lingering for a while before going in. Sure enough, as soon as I walked in, I saw the fake younger sister looking at me with a look of delight. My parents' expressions were also very unpleasant, as if I had done something extremely evil. I hadn't even spoken yet. Sarah spoke first. "Candy, why did you come back so late? Who was that boy just now? Why were you with him? What did you do together? You came home late on the first day of school." And we were all really worried. I didn't say a word, but quietly took out a KFC family meal from my backpack behind me. When the family saw the family meal I took out, they were all stunned. Parents said, "Candy, what is this?" I happily said, "Mom and Dad, I made a friend. That person is Lucas, from our school. Actually, I don't know him well, but he was very nice. He bought me a milk tea, and since I had never had one before, he gave me his own to drink. He also invited me to eat at KFC. I had never eaten there before. I didn't know until today that KFC has something called a family meal. A family meal is for the whole family to share, so I brought it back for you." James' family has strict discipline. Sarah was taught from a young age not to eat random things outside, and eating fried chicken is not good for body management. Sarah never eats it. Seeing that I brought back a family bucket, she suddenly became very alert. Fried food is high in calories. Eating it will make you fat. Also, do you know how much sugar is in a milk tea? You even drank too. My mom cried and hugged me tightly. I said, "Our Candy is really great. She made a friend on the first day of school." "Mom, let's eat the family bucket together." Candy is right. A family bucket is meant to be eaten together by the whole family. Dad hugged me and my mom. Candy is still young. Kids just like to eat this kind of food. It's okay to eat a little once in a while. It's a pity your brother is still in the hospital, otherwise we could have all eaten together. That night, the three of us ate fried chicken together. Sarah tried hard to fit in with us, and took a piece, but just as she was about to bite into it, I was drooling and looking at her. "Sister, didn't you just say that eating fried chicken makes you fat?" "It's okay, I only weigh 70 pounds. I'll take the weight for my sister. I'll be the one to get fat." At this point, Sarah couldn't help but feel embarrassed, and placed the fried chicken in my hand. I took it and started eating. Family bucket. Why does the fake daughter get to eat? Give it to me, because I kept talking about Lucas all night. The image of him being a good person has become deeply rooted in my parents' minds. When he came to pick me up on his motorcycle in the morning, my parents insisted on giving him the packed breakfast. "You're Lucas, right? Thank you so much for hosting us yesterday, Candy." "Yes, she just came back from outside. She has no friends. Please take care of her in the future. This child is too innocent. She doesn't understand social customs. If she gets bullied at school, please let us know." Okay. Originally, Lucas couldn't sleep at night, thinking if he had been tricked by me. Seeing my parents' reaction, his face turned red immediately. "Uncle and Aunt, you don't need to do this. It's my pleasure. Since we're classmates, I'll take Candy to school first." Then he shoved the helmet into my hands. I held Lucas's helmet, looking completely flustered. "Wow, it's pink. Did you buy it especially for me?" "Lucas, you're such a nice guy." Sarah saw Lucas, and was so angry her back teeth were about to break. Lucas hated being lied to, and knew Sarah was using him. He gave her a cold look and pulled me away, walking off. My parents watched us from behind with happy faces. "Ride slowly, 40 miles per hour is enough, be careful." After all, Sarah is his dog. He even stood up for Sarah yesterday. Although they had a falling out, Lucas didn't say a word the whole way, and seemed to be in a bad mood. I decided to praise him. "Lucas, you're really great. I've never had someone send me to school before. I used to walk, getting up at 5 in the morning and walking for an hour and a half to get there." Lucas said. "Oh, then you're still able to walk," I said. Monica cooked seafood porridge. It's very nutritious. You drink more, Lucas said. I'm allergic to seafood, I said. Are you regretting being my friend? Then put me down. I can take a taxi to school by myself. Also, if you want to be friends with your sister instead of me, that's okay too. After all, I'm so bad, not worthy of being your friend. Your sister is beautiful, gentle, and generous. Lucas heard what I said, muttered, "What are you talking about?" I patted his back. Don't be angry, don't be angry. Anger will only hurt yourself. Pfft. Lucas was laughing at me. Sarah said I was a bastard at school. Lucas's henchman also wasn't someone to be trifled with, saying her parents were human traffickers and re-education camp prisoners who had switched me in the hospital, so she could live as a rich girl. It's easy to prove I'm not a bastard, but she can't prove her real parents aren't human traffickers, so Sarah's reputation at school plummeted. After all, no one likes a fake rich girl who took someone else's place, of course. There were also people who spoke up for her. You're being too harsh. Those things were done by Sarah's real parents. She was just a baby then. What was her fault? How would you know the pain of finding out at 18 that you're not really your parents' child? Yes, it was wrong for her to say Candy was a bastard, but she was just too scared of losing everything to say that. It's just one sentence. Candy won't lose any flesh because of it. She's already been through so much. Can't you just leave her alone? What a world-class great father. Let me see who it is. It's the male lead Simon, the high and mighty heir to be city. I said, you like to eat shit. Simon heard it and was stunned. What? I said, you like to eat shit. I saw it, realizing what I was saying. Simon immediately got angry. Candy, what are you talking about? I glanced at him and pouted. It's just one sentence. It won't cost you any meat. I'm already so pitiful. Can't you just forgive me? Even if you take a step back, don't you have any fault at all? Why do I always say it to you and not to others? You should look for the reason within yourself. Sarah didn't like me saying that about her Simon brother. And he got so angry his eyes turned red. Candy, you went too far. You give Simon brother an apology. I suddenly realized, so saying it like that is really a bad behavior. Then why didn't you apologize when you said it about me? You too, give me an apology. You. Sarah was so angry she was about to explode, and she looked to Lucas for help. She thought I was so bold because Lucas was backing me up, but she is Lucas's moonlight. Lucas could never ignore her, unexpectedly. Lucas just glanced at her and sneered. Apologize? Why aren't you apologizing? Sarah and Simon were forced to apologize to me. They were really angry. Sarah buried herself in Simon's arms, sobbing, Simon, it's all my fault. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have been so embarrassed. Simon gritted his molars, glaring at me with a fierce look. Candy, you wait. I will definitely take revenge on you, said. Ugh, I'm sorry. From now on I will give you all my poop. Please don't take revenge on me. As they laughed, they got sick. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Candy, you're so disgusting. So, Simon really likes to eat poop. Do you dare to ask that? Don't you want to live anymore? The fake heiress wants to marry into a noble family, and she pretends to be elegant, refined, and gracious in front of Simon. I don't want to please Simon, marrying into a noble family. So my image in front of Simon is vulgar, malicious, and always speaking without thinking. Sarah thinks that she and Simon are childhood friends. Even if the whole world abandons her, Simon will definitely stand by her side. As long as I become Bee City's princess, I will still be an elegant and noble heiress. But Smith family doesn't seem to think so. They want a real heiress who is of equal status. Originally, it was supposed to be Sarah accompanying Simon to the charity gala, but it was suddenly changed to me. Sarah had her clothes, makeup, and hair done. Looking elegant and beautiful like a little princess. Seeing Simon, I ran over to him. Simon, you're here. I'm all dressed up. I can go now. Simon looked at her, then shifted his gaze to me with some hesitation. Sarah, I'm sorry, my mom said that Candy just came back and hasn't attended any charity dinners, so she wants me to take her to see the world. Simon's mom is actually quite nice, and the charity dinner should have a lot of food to eat. I was wearing pajamas and slippers. I don't have a formal dress. Is it okay if I go like this? Simon looked at me, his expression as if he were looking at something dirty. After a long silence, he bit his lip and told himself, he's not angry. Sarah stepped back, her body swaying as if she were about to break apart. Simon, is there really no way? Simon's face was heavy. You know your mom. I grabbed Simon's arm. Simon, brother, buy me nice clothes. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up. Mom looked at me with affection. This child, so happy, Dad comforted Sarah on the side. Okay, you've gone so many times. Candy hasn't gone once. Let her go once. Is that a problem? You can go in with me and your mom. Simon really looked down on me. Once in the car, he sat 1 meter away from me. I saw the food in front of him and tried to reach for it. Simon immediately crossed his arms and stepped back, watching me with suspicion. What are you doing? Candy, don't think you can seduce me. I'm not as easy to fool as Lucas, I said. Hey, don't think you can seduce me. Simon, do you think speaking like me can ease the awkwardness? Hilarious. If it wasn't for my mom forcing me, I wouldn't have brought you to this charity dinner, I said. Oh, so it's your mom forcing you. Simon was furious. You're vulgar, you're despicable. I pinched his butt, which definitely confirmed the accusation. Okay. Stop talking, a big man like you, why do you talk so much? My actions directly shocked Simon, and he was like a statue the whole way. I was immersed in fantasies about his butt being pinched and his purity being ruined. He said nothing the entire time. I was eating the snacks in the car the whole time, chomping away so hard my nose was sweating. Simon, these snacks here are really delicious. Aren't you going to eat any yourself? You're giving them all to me. You're so kind. You're this nice to me. Could it be that you like me? What if your sister finds out? She'll be angry with you. It's my natural beauty that's making Big Brother so crazy for me. Simon finally couldn't take it anymore and jumped forward to cover my mouth. Sister, I call you sister. I'm sorry. I beg you, don't tease me anymore. Okay, eat whatever you want. Don't involve me. Do whatever you want. No wonder the heir of B City. He just has a lot of money. Take me shopping. Whatever I look at for more than 3 seconds. He just waves his hand and buys it. I wanted to say thanks, but he covered my mouth. Don't speak. The salesperson was envious from the side. Sister, your boyfriend is really kind to you, so rich. How did you get him? Teach me, I whispered in her ear. I know his secret. He told me not to tell anyone. The salesperson was surprised. What secret? I said seriously. I can't tell. Simon immediately ran over as if in danger. What are you saying? I said, nothing. Simon carrying a bunch of bags left, paid, hurry up, go get a makeover. I immediately ran after him, a high-end stylist. I haven't experienced that yet. I was thrilled. As I slipped in the cotton slippers, I bumped into Simon back. Simon looked back at me in disgust and said, I told you not to look for opportunities to flirt with me. As soon as he finished speaking, I was staring at his back in a daze. He turned around and saw Lucas in a black leather jacket and jeans standing behind him. Next to a dignified and powerful middle-aged woman, Simon was stunned. Lucas, Kathy auntie. Oh, it's Lucas's mother Mayor Kathy. Mayor Kathy greeted us politely, her eyes scanning me. Simon, are you buying clothes? Who is this? Simon didn't want people to misunderstand our relationship, so he explained, James' family sister. She needs clothes for the banquet. I brought her out to buy some. Mayor Kathy nodded, then suddenly turned to Lucas and said, Simon. The sister from the James family, is she the one you ride a bike to pick up every morning? Lucas stared at me the whole time, saying nothing. Hearing this, I became even more angry and turned to leave. I watched Lucas walk away with his long legs, and I couldn't help but be stunned. Oh, look at that guy, so easily upset, and he didn't even ask clearly before leaving. Maybe he's actually into me, then he actually has good taste. Simon, seeing me staring at Lucas leaving back, came over and asked, what are you looking at? I turned my head, looking at him with intense eyes. I think, I've fallen for someone. Simon was shocked, stepping back several steps as if facing an enemy. You, don't fall for me, I won't fall for you. You're a toad trying to eat a swan, I said. You're a fly, always wanting to eat shit. I am at least a female lead in a tormenting novel, and looking stunning after getting dressed up is a given, the heir of B City's companion. From James' family's mistress to the suddenly appearing James' family Miss Candy, the tabloid reporters were already celebrating the new year. James' family said publicly that I and Sarah are fraternal twins. I was lost since childhood. Spent 18 years away from the family, and recently returned to James' family. Simon and Sarah were childhood friends, went to the same school, and their engagement was already well known throughout B City. Now at the party, all the female companions have changed, and the topic of me stealing my sister's fiancé immediately became hot. It even made it to the hot search list. #BCityHeir infidelity. Hashtag James family sisters sharing a husband, Candy third party. Simon took a look at the hot search list, almost pretending not to notice. What nonsense. When did I become Sarah's fiancé? I glanced at him and said mockingly, last time her birthday, you gave her a $1 million ring. What else could that be but a proposal? Everyone knows it. Don't pretend you don't. Simon angrily said, you're not making sense. What are we here for today? To attend a charity auction. A company has a fixed charitable expenditure every year, which can enhance the company's public image and also reduce taxes. My mom wants me to take something worth 100 million back for her, like a ring. It's a small favor, I said. Oh, you're here on official business. No wonder you're city's heir. Even attending a banquet comes with targets. You're really busy. Simon thought I didn't believe him, and was mocking me. He immediately stopped. You don't believe me. Which one do you like? I'll also take it for you later. Is there such a good thing? I immediately hugged Simon's arm and cried uncontrollably. Simon, you're really kind. This is the first time I've worn a formal dress, the first time I've attended an auction, and also the first time someone gave me such an expensive gift. I let Simon take a ring for me too, which is more expensive than Sarah's, 2 million. Also, the size is bigger than hers. It's so big, I can't even fit it on my thumb. Simon looked at me in disbelief and said, this is a men's ring. Do you want someone to redesign it for you? I looked at him with affection and said in a shy tone, no, I just like big ones. Simon turned red instantly. Candy, shut your mouth, don't say another word. At the charity dinner, Simon spending 2 million to buy me a diamond ring became the talk of the town. Some people said Sarah was dumped. Simon only sees new people laughing, never old ones crying. Sarah was so angry she almost bit her teeth off. When she ran out in a daze, she had an accident and was hospitalized, and her white wedding dress was stained red, like a bride abandoned at the wedding. I said, Simon, everyone says your sister died for you, almost lost her life. Go and see her quickly, you heartless scoundrel. Simon was so angry he almost jumped up to kick my knee. Don't say such nonsense. Me and Sarah aren't that kind of relationship. Also, my mom would never accept her into our family. If you keep saying such things, she'll be even more hurt. I glanced at him. Mom's boy, not marrying is a waste. The one who starts it is the one who's cheap. Simon, Candy, you're insulting me again. I said, no, I'm praising you. Simon, you're really good. You're so good to every girl. It's making me want to marry you. Simon had already gotten used to my sarcastic remarks. He was numb. Simon, you don't know my nickname, be city heir. Even if I'm not good to every girl, there are still a lot of people who want to marry me. I said, oh, then you still think it's popular. Believe it or not, in the original story, I and Simon were a couple, and Sarah was his childhood sweetheart. Because Sarah was a fake heiress, Simon's mother broke up the couple and forced him to marry me. Sarah left in sadness for 5 years, and after returning from her studies abroad, she vowed to reclaim everything that was hers. At that time, I had already been manipulated by her to give a kidney to my older brother Jack, and I had been through 5 years of a tortured love story with Simon. How could I possibly stand up to her with 2 kidneys? So, I decided to strike first. When Simon's mother broke up the couple and made me marry Simon, I left the country first. I'll go abroad and be the childhood sweetheart. I went abroad, which my parents had already decided long ago. They thought that in the current education environment in China, I would definitely not be able to compete. Go abroad to get an associate degree, then get a water master's, and it will be acceptable when I come back. So when Simon's mother suggested that our families get married and that I get engaged to Simon, I immediately refused. Miss, I'm still young. I want to think about it after graduation. They immediately arranged for me to study abroad with my parents. Before leaving, I met Lucas alone, because the last time when I bought clothes with Simon, Lucas saw us, and later there was a rumor. Lucas hasn't talked to me for a month now. On the sports class, I invited him to the woods. Lucas came with an attitude that said, I'm better than you. He walked with a strong wind, his hands in his pockets. What do you want? Simon might misunderstand you. I looked down, blushing, holding the hem of my clothes, and kicked the ground with one foot. Me and Simon, it's not what you think. Lucas snorted. What's your relationship with him? What does it have to do with me? I don't care if you two have a relationship or not. So what exactly is your relationship? I asked him. Are you getting anxious? Lucas looked indifferent, letting out more than 10 sneers in a minute. Humph, Candy, do you think too highly of yourself? Do you think you're so beautiful that every guy would like you? Although I admit you're a bit cute, you're definitely not my type, unless you stubbornly bother me. I will never agree to go out with you. I said, okay, my pride won't allow me to do something that damages my dignity. Although I really like you, I won't do anything that harms my dignity for you. Then, Simon, who had bought me a $2 million men's diamond ring, I shoved it into his hand, leaving him confused, and ran away. Actually, I came to handle the transfer procedures, and also confessed my feelings. After giving the ring, I ran away without hesitation, and the next day I left for abroad. That was a Friday. And the next 2 days were weekends. Lucas didn't notice I wasn't at school, until he found out I wasn't at school on Monday. Lucas realized something was wrong. He went to my house and found out I had already left for abroad. The domestic number was deactivated, because I just arrived abroad and hadn't set up a new number yet. My parents didn't have my contact information temporarily. I rejected the marriage with Simon, gave the diamond ring Simon gave me to Lucas, but was Lucas rejected, and finally went abroad in sadness. Rumors in the world say that the three of us were each other's dogs. At once, Simon and Lucas both became awkward. Simon, damn, you're giving me the ring I bought. What's she thinking? Take it back. Lucas thought he was jealous. Candy likes me. The ring is a token of her affection for me. You want it? Forget it. Then the two of them fought over the ring. It spread that B City's heir and B City's key lieutenant fought fiercely over me. I successfully went from one person's moonlight to two people's moonlight. Knowing this, I felt more at ease being abroad. I ran away, and Sarah couldn't get engaged with Simon either. My parents also distanced themselves from her because she schemed behind my back to stay in the J. Ames family. Sarah took a risk and had a matching surgery to donate a kidney to Jack. Jack is the James family's only son. Sarah saved him, which means she's indebted to the James family. Her parents planned to keep her in James' family all her life, and if she found a good match, they would also prepare a good dowry for her. But Sarah's ambition could not be satisfied with just a dowry. She saved Jack. But her goal was certainly not to be a James family daughter. She wanted to be Jack's wife. The main mistress of the James family, her parents are people of status. Sarah is officially considered as James family's own. Now, the son and daughter are together. James family's reputation is in trouble. They absolutely do not agree for the two to be together. But Jack was always Sarah's follower. Now that the two are not related by blood, how could the eyes of the world and the chains of morality restrict their free souls? The two secretly tasted the forbidden fruit and had already made the rice into porridge. Parents, Sarah is already mine, considering she has grown up in our family since childhood. Please let us be together. Daughter becomes daughter-in-law. A family within a family. We are still a family. I thought this would force my parents to give in. Unexpectedly, my parents had already lost all hope in them and kicked them out of the house. Get out. We James family don't have such shameless children. Jack, you have made me and your mother unable to hold our heads up outside. We don't have a son like you. Then, I was named the only heir. They initially thought my parents were just angry. After all, Jack was their son. Sarah was also raised by them. How could they ignore their son and grandson and give all the family fortune to their daughter? But they waited and waited, until the child was born and already in kindergarten. My parents still didn't change their minds. Sarah once or twice brought her and Jack's child to block my parents at the front of the group. Parents, this is your own grandson. Look at him. Son, greet your grandfather and grandmother. They were mercilessly expelled. We, James family, don't have an illegitimate grandson. Sarah cried. Dad, Mom, this child is Jack's. He is your real grandson. You can't ignore it. Please let me and Jack return, James family. We too and the child will take good care of you in the future. My mom laughed coldly. I have a daughter. What do I need you to take care of? Myself and the child's father have come to an understanding. In the future, James' family will be inherited by Candy. She suffered so much when she was young. This is our compensation for her. Then, after much anticipation, I returned home after completing my studies. On the day I returned, Simon left an important meeting and came to pick me up in person, wanting to get back the $2 million for the ring. He couldn't let it go. Lucas also came to pick me up, and when he saw Simon he thought he was trying to steal me, so he punched him. Candy is mine, don't bother her. Simon was also angry. This person always caused him trouble without reason. Do you understand? That's what she owes me. 5 years. 5 years. Candy, you owe me. It's time to pay back. I said, it was your own choice. I didn't force you, Simon, for goodness sake. You are a president of a big company, a man. And it's embarrassing to keep chasing after her like this. B-City, the two bosses' childhood sweethearts returned, and the news media had already prepared. Many cameras directly pointed at us. Hearing what the three of us said, the media was more excited than during the spring festival. The entertainment industry is really chaotic. A love triangle. That's really exciting. Ugh, can't you three just be together? You three just focus on your lives. That's better than anything else. Simon looked at me and sneered, Candy, you should have some dignity. I thought you liked that diamond, so I bought it for you as a gesture of reciprocity. Who knew you would use that ring to propose to Lucas? Do you know how people in the city have been talking about me these years? They said I was a sycophant, and couldn't even get it right. They said I'm not as good as Lucas, just as I was about to have a big showdown with him. Lucas was stunned. What did you say? Simon's resentment is heavy. Candy, you little turtle, you proposed. Why don't you buy the ring yourself? Why did you use the one I gave you? Do you know that he has been wearing that ring for 5 years, showing it off every day, and every time the media saw it, they reported on it. Either return the money to me, or return the ring to me. You must give me an explanation today. I pretended not to see it, my eyes darting around. What? I don't understand. If you gave it to me, it's mine. What right do you have to tell me who I can give it to? Lucas found out Simon was hounding me, and it was just to collect a debt. He immediately stopped being angry. He chimed in next to me. That's right, the ring Candy gave me. Why should it be given to you? What face do you have? Candy, how much do I owe you? Sir, I'll pay you back. Simon, 20 million, cash or check. Lucas said. What? Say it again. Simon, 20 million. He hadn't finished speaking. Lucas grabbed my suitcase with one hand and carried me on his shoulder with the other, then ran away. 20 million, you're so bold. You don't care about your life. I was lying on Lucas' shoulder, helping the villain. Ugh. I didn't intentionally not come back in these 5 years, not contact you. But I owe Simon 20 million. I can't pay it back. I didn't come back because I didn't want to involve you. Who do you think you are, rejecting my confession back then? I didn't have the courage to see you. Lucas believed it right away. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have been so stubborn. In fact, I have liked you for a long time. If time could go back, I definitely wouldn't have let you leave like that. I said. What have you been doing for these 5 years? Lucas said. I went to a military academy, and now I'm staying in the army for a promotion. What about you? I said. I got my degree, made some research achievements, and came back to serve my country. We looked at each other for a moment and cried together. Okay, you're really the man/woman I like. We both have a bright future. P.S. Later, I inherited my parents' company, and with Lucas held a grand wedding. Balancing love and career, Simon remains single, and sometimes comes to us to collect debts. Others think he is being faithful to me, and is deeply devoted to me. Little did they know, he was just upset that I used the ring he gave me to Lucas propose to him. Sarah always thought that it was me who seduced Simon, and that's why Simon didn't stay with her. She often spreads rumors about me and Simon, trying to make me and Lucas get divorced. Me and Lucas are in a military marriage. Unless he has a serious fault or wants to divorce, we can't get divorced, however. She kept causing trouble, and Jack couldn't stand it anymore and left her. Simon brother, you love him so much, go find him. Sarah was kicked out with Jack. Even after having a child, she still hasn't been taken back by the James family, and she no longer wants to continue the marriage. Divorce. Do you think I actually like you, you useless person? Don't forget, your kidney was donated by me. Without me, you would have already been dead. You're such a failure. Your parents would rather have your sister than you. I really was blind when I chose you. Jack couldn't take the shock. In a fit of anger, he pushed Sarah against the wall. Sarah hit the back of her head on the wall and died on the spot. Jack was sentenced to 3 years in prison for manslaughter. The child's grandparents took him back to raise. Sarah also got what she wanted. Her son finally joined James' family, and was reunited with his roots, and my Lucas' happy life had just begun. After hearing the story above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinion.